Hello and welcome to the Mac Physical Education Center on the campus of Hofstra University for today's double duel as Hofstra takes on Harvard right now and Brown at 6 for some Ivy League action. I'm Olivia Hillstead and I'll be with you all day and joined by Aiden Pagan later for the Brown duel. You're listening right here on Flow Sports or YouTube. Also, it's senior night this Sunday, so make sure you tune in before the second duel to hear that. The Pride are coming off of a really solid 31-11 win over LIU last week, while Harvard fell to Columbia yesterday 9-38. Brown is wrestling at Columbia right now, and so we'll get those results after their duel. But we're going to go ahead and start here at 125 pounds, where it's going to be Logan Brzezowski for Harvard, and it's going to be Teague Strobel for your Pride. Brzezowski's a sophomore out of New Jersey, went to Seton Hall Prep, went 11-15 in 26 matches last season. He's already in on a leg here on Strobel. It's a very solid lineup here for Hofstra today. So Hofstra has their best guys as Brzezowski's going to go ahead and get the takedown here early in this match. Strobel is coming off of a really solid tech fall win against LIU last week in that EIWA matchup for Hofstra. To getting towards the edge of the mat, still in bounds though. Strobel trying to work up, gets to his feet, but Brzezowski does a good job getting down to the leg. Still following here. Strobel's working to improve his situation. They're going to go out and get reset in the center of the mat. Strobel set with a foot out to the side to try to make it easier for him to get up. Use that leg to post out, and he'll get up and get the escape. Still 2 minutes left in this first period, so a lot of action early in this match as we're starting at 125 pounds. Like I said, Hofstra in the white singlets, Harvard in the aptly named crimson tonight. Brzezowski had a rush in for a second, goes down, gets to the leg in the crackdown position. Strobel tried to avoid that, but Brzezowski was too much as he gets the second takedown of this match. Now working on Strobel's left side. Putting a lot of pressure with his head there. The shoulder. Strobel doing a good job of trying to work up to his feet. Referee calling for improvement, and Strobel's going to get another escape. See if he can get an offense of his own going here. But Brzezowski quick on that single again. It's been the same kind of high crotch shot, head inside. So he's going to work to try to get his head outside or to come out the back door, while Strobel is going to try to keep pushing his head down. Or dive over for the ankle here. Kind of a equal position here, though Brzezowski's doing a good job of climbing the body and staying patient with it. They're still in bounds. Strobel defends that really well. Now got Brzezowski in a front headlock. Tries to pull him back inside the mat a little bit more. They're going to get reset here in the center. Pretty good crowd here today at the MAC. You can hear the Hofstra benches. About 15 seconds left in this first period. 6-2 right now. Brzezowski has over a minute of writing time, though not a factor right now. It's an interesting coaching matchup today. Jamie Franco in his second season with his alma mater, while we have Jay Weiss over for Harvard in his 32nd season. He was a two-time EIWA Coach of the Year and has mentored 2 national champions, including 19 EIWA champions and 20 All-Americans during his 31 years at the helm of Crimson. So a very veteran coach here on a very well-led team. Ivy League is super competitive. It's their second season not in the EIWA, so some of these guys have wrestled in the past, either this season or in previous conference competition. But Harvard and Brown towards the bottom of the Ivy just because of how competitive Columbia, Cornell, Penn, and Princeton are. Strobel's coming out the back door here on this takedown attempt. 7-2 your score after Brzezowski got that escape. Strobel's got to get his head up here. So now they're in about a 50-50 with Brzezowski also getting that ankle. You want to try to get your head and your hips higher than your opponent here. So Brzezowski's doing a really good job of staying patient, coming across the other leg. But now Strobel's working for improvement. He's got to be careful on the knee here, and that's what the ref is going to call potentially dangerous. So they're going to get reset. So no points were scored in that exchange. Just some hand fighting here. Strobel tried to get to a leg there, take a little shot. Well defended by Brzezowski, who tries kind of to hit an arm spin there, maybe. He's ducked under the body to avoid that takedown. Strobel, the sophomore out of South Carolina, has been the go-to guy here at 125 pounds this season for the Pride. Has had some really strong matches, like I said, against LIU last week was probably the best he's wrestled and the best the team has wrestled as a whole. That was the big takeaway for Jamie Franco on Monday. Brzezowski on the leg here. Once again, on the edge of the mat. Like I said, Jamie Franco in his second season as head coach, but has spent quite a few years here at Hofstra as the assistant coach before that. This is his alma mater. Very proud of what he's done here to help grow the sport both at Hofstra and on Long Island. Very involved in the youth scene. Speaking of that, there's high school wrestling literally next door at the MAC sports arena. That's why we're not in there today. Section 8 wrestling. It's the championships today. So a lot of exciting wrestling happening here on the campus of Hofstra. Strobel with a really nice shot from space here on the leg. Brzezowski using a whizzer to try to create some pressure there. Strobel's going to try to raise the leg. Brzezowski trying to get out of bounds while Strobel's going to pull him back in. Strobel trying to elevate so he can cover, and that's going to be a takedown for Strobel. So he's starting to narrow this match up. 7-6 right now, the score. Minute 13 left in this third period. So what initially started as kind of a beatdown from Brzezowski is now much more even match. Strobel's going to take that modified start to let Brzezowski out. So 8-6 your score right now. A takedown from Strobel would put him in the lead. He's now cut down Brzezowski's riding time to under a minute, so no point will be awarded there. Of course, Brzezowski could get takedown of his own, so still a lot to be decided in this match. About 50 seconds left in this third period. Nice duck under attempt there from Strobel. Strobel trying to work from space. That's where he got his takedown. Tries again, but ends up giving up the leg for Brzezowski, who gets the takedown. Makes it 11-6. About 30 seconds left. Really nice re-attack there from Brzezowski. He's going to try to keep Strobel down, but he'll get the escape. 7-11. The riding time is now increased. There's a couple seconds left. But that's going to do it for the 125-pound match. It's going to be a win for Harvard by decision. Put them up 3 points against Hofstra. We're going to look at that last takedown for Brzezowski again. Gets in on the single crackdown position, covers the body well. Strobel just unable to defend once he was in that deep on that shot. Moving to 133 pounds, we have Coleman Nagol from Harvard and Gage Ship for Hofstra. Ship also coming off of a really strong performance against LIU and against Army in the match before that. Finally, into the rankings, he's ranked in the RPI rankings number 27, where Nagol is ranked by Intermat at number 32. So this is a really solid matchup, which could help with seeding and allocations in the postseason. Nagol with a lot of pressure right now, controlling centers. They go out of bounds and they get reset. Ship, also a sophomore, has kind of a similar story to Strobel, starting to show a lot more confidence as the season goes on, as he gets used to being in this starting role. Where Nagol, the junior, did not compete last season for Harvard due to injury, but finished in his first year with a 14-16 record, competing in 4 tournaments and before the dual season. Ship with a front headlock here. Gets an underhook. Still on the edge of the mat. Trying to catch him maybe in a cow catcher here. If Ship lifts his left arm. Back to their feet though. Nagol tries to hit an arm spin, but Ship drops and avoids that really well. Gets in on the leg. Big move from Nagol, but Ship has some Greco experience coming from Illinois. He was on Team Illinois for freestyle and Greco. That's kind of where you saw that. He was really comfortable in the upper body, could anticipate that movement and adjust really well. So you'll see Ship also have some big moves like that. So this could end up being a really dynamic match.
1 minute.
About a minute left in this first period, still scoreless. Arm drag there from Ship. Nagol, shot attempt. Front headlock from Ship. Refs wanting to keep that lock legal. Ship hand on the chin here, keeping the front headlock really tight. Break there, about 24 seconds left in this first period. Heavy collar tie here. Nagol's done a good job of controlling the center of the mat and pressuring into Ship. So he takes a shot here. Edge of the mat though, so they'll get reset.
Let's go, Cole. Keep moving.
And that's going to do it for the first period. Scoreless between these two. Ship, the sophomore out of Illinois, 6-6 record as a freshman last season, has been the starter here at 133 and has shown a lot of improvement as he's gained confidence throughout the season. He's got a teammate here from, like I said, the Team Illinois days with Noah Tapia. Not going to see him wrestle today, but the two of them having that connection is a really big point of emphasis for Franco. Likes bringing in guys who have prior connections so that they feel really welcome. It's a big point. Is making their team feel like a family and really well connected. Nagol start on bottom. Ship's doing a really good job of following on top. He's really comfortable on top. In the last 2 matches, he's gotten a lot of points from near fall with this tilt right here, his go-to. Does a really good job of staying close to the body, getting his arms really tight. He's dangerous on top. So this was a really good start to the second period. He got 4 near fall for that tilt. Still covering here with the claw. Nagol really fighting to get up, but almost exposed himself there. Ship still with that ride. Spiral. Still go. Out of bounds here. Ship still in control on top. Harvard coaches telling a goal what Ship's working. But it's hard to get out of that once you're already in it. And this seems to be a really comfortable spot for Ship. Goal up to his feet, gets the escape. About 45 seconds left in the second period. 4-1 is the score. Ship got 1 minute and 10 of riding time. Goal trying to pummel in. Ship on the leg. Almost got the takedown there. Nicole did a good job of squaring his hips to avoid it. Once again, he's controlling the center of the mat really well. Putting Ship kind of on the defense here. Tries a shot. Good job covering by Ship. The Hofstra bench is going to be very upset about this one. They're calling for a takedown and some near fall there as Ship caught him basically in a cow catcher to expose his back and get him there. But they were out of bounds when that occurred, so it's going to be no points for that exchange. 4-1 is going to be your score heading into the third period. We're going to look at that attempt there. So a goal on the leg, Ship covers, cow catcher classic, gets chest to chest, but they're out of bounds on that. So you're seeing some really good stuff from Ship. He is in the lead right now. Going to try to get out here, go for a takedown, or hit a reversal. The goal is going to try to work on top, putting a lot of pressure into Ship's arm there with the head lever. Ship builds well to his feet, and he'll get out. So Nagol looking at his coaches, knowing he needs a takedown and a little bit more. Ship gets into that front headlock again, tries that cow catcher again on the other side with that underhook. He would need to run around on the right side here to throw it. Tries a little ankle trip there. Ship starting to get pretty creative here. Still up 5-1, minute and 10 seconds left. Ship low there. It's going to be a stall warning on Ship. One more, and that's a point. Avoids that. Ship covering with a front headlock. He's been in this position a lot this match. Starting to build up to their feet. Ship with an underhook and an overhook. About a 50-50 there as Nagol tried to throw that. With a throw by to reach down for the leg. You've seen a lot of really good hand fighting between these two. Both really comfortable in the upper body. 35 seconds left in this third period. Pummeling in here. Nagol tries to go for that arm throw. Ship catches him. He's got the head here. The Harvard bench is wanting 3. Control wasn't established there. They'll go out of bounds. Harvard bench really wanting to call for stalling here. Thought that Ship avoided the action there. Referee's not going to call for anything. Ship in this front headlock again. Harvard wants him to go big. Ship's going to try to hold on to this lead. It's going to be another stalling, so it's going to be a point for Nagol. Make it 5-2. But with 2 seconds left, it looks like Ship is going to be able to hold on. So he'll win this match for Hofstra. Really big win for him over a ranked opponent. Will help with that RPI ranking. It's going to put Hofstra on the board. So we're tied now at 3-3. Moving up to 141 pounds, we have one of our seniors tonight, Chase Liardi. For Hofstra, the graduate student out of Massapequa, one of the team captains. Then we have Dante Frinzi, also a senior out of Quakertown, Pennsylvania. Already in on the arms there. Liardi with a front headlock, or not a front headlock, excuse me, an underhook. Heavy collar tie. Little snap there from Liardi. Harvard coach is calling for Frinzi to set up his stuff. Liardi doing a good job of controlling the center of the mat so far. Pressuring Frinzi. Frinzi 8-15 last season for the Crimson. In on a leg here. Good shot from space. But Liardi does a good job of defending that, reshooting. He's got Frinzi's ankle here. He needs to get all the way around for this to count, as Frinzi still has Liardi's leg, so that's why that wasn't a takedown. Liardi would have needed to break that lock in order for it to count as a takedown. But a really good indication that he's comfortable defending any shots from Frinzi. Liardi 4-12 so far this season. Got a really solid win against LIU, like I said, last Monday. That was Hofstra's latest match. It was his first win in a month. Liardi on a really nice single here. Trips up Frinzi, and he'll get the takedown on the edge of the mat. They'll go out and get reset here. Really well done there from Liardi. Lifted the leg, tried to trip, backed Frinzi up, and he got caught on his heel. Went down there. Liardi trying to follow. Frinzi trying to get there. Liardi up to the leg. They'll go out and get reset. Liardi's record this season, like I said, 4-12. Doesn't seem that impressive, but he's a guy who's coming back from an injury and starting to gain confidence and is one of the older members of this team. He has a lot of experience. He spent a season at Ohio State before he came back to Long Island, where he's originally from. Wanted to work with Jamie Franco. He's a big leader in the room. Keeps the guys kind of in check where they need to be, all those things, as is a really young squad, and he's one of the older guys in this team with a lot of experience. Setting up a cradle here on Frinzi, bringing his arms around the leg and the head. If he can set this up, it'd be a really nice pin, but Frinzi does a good job of breaking that lock. Avoids what could be a really dangerous situation for him. About 15 seconds left in this first period. Liardi leading by 3 with that takedown.
10 seconds.
It's the first period. It's Liardi's choice. Liardi chooses to go neutral. Some level change there. Liardi might want to be working from space. That's where he was most successful the last time. Frinzi with a pretty direct single attempt there. Liardi's got him in a front headlock. Gonna get reset there. Frenzy with this over tie. Little level change there from Liardi.
1 minute.
Action's kind of slowed down about halfway through the second period. Like I said, Liardi, one of those seniors who's getting honored tonight, when asked about what he's going to miss most from this program, said it's the guys. They're a super close team. Like I said, he's one of those older members who's kind of been leading them all season. Liardi now controlling the center of the mat. Short time here in the second period. Score still 3-0. We already got a minute 10 of writing time. So it'll be Frenzy's choice here. Harvard coaches calling for him to get active. They're going to put Frenzy on top. So generally, if you're choosing to go on top, down 3, the Harvard coaches are pretty confident in Frenzy's ability to set up a tilt or a pinning combination, get some points on the board. He already knows this. He's controlling Frenzy's hand well. Doing a really good job of building to his feet. Or not building to his feet, but improving. Gets to Frenzy's leg. Has that locked up. Hofstra coach is calling for Liardi to use that, but he won't be able to as they'll get reset here. Liardi still on bottom. Frenzy with that claw ride. Gets a leg in. Locks that up. So Liardi's got to try to get that leg out and avoid hands. He's got that hand up looking to catch Frenzy's if it reaches across right like that. Because he doesn't want to be in that claw position. It's really uncomfortable. But Frenzy with this leg blocked there. He's doing a really good job of breaking Liardi down. It's putting a lot of pressure on him. The referee's going to call stalemate because no one was really trying to improve in that position. So Liardi will get set again here. 51 seconds left in this third period. Ref's going to call for a caution on Liardi. Just started a little too soon. Frenzy dropped to the ankle for a couple seconds there. He's got this leg lock set up again. He's lifting Liardi's ankle now. Gonna set up a comfortable bow and arrow. Putting a lot of pressure on Liardi's back here. Making it difficult for Liardi to build it all. But let's go with that leg. So if Liardi can get his head up and his hips out enough to pop his leg through, he's going to try to do there, drive his right knee. But Frenzy's shoving his face into the mat, so making it really difficult for him to get his head up. And that's going to do it for this match. Liardi's going to win 3-0 from that takedown. That's really what set. That's how he won this match. He's going to add 3 more for Hofstra. So we move to 6-3 after 3 matches.
At 149 pounds for Harvard Junior Montana, Florida, Jack Brewer. At 1 Richard Junior from St. Louis, Missouri.
Moving to 149 pounds, We have Jake Crook for Harvard and Alex Turley for Hofstra. Crook already in on the legs here. Nice double for the takedown on Turley. Covers the body well. Turley builds really well though, so he'll get the escape right away. Turley, the junior, 12-12 this season as the starter at 149. Really nice ankle pick there from Crook. He's in the RPI rankings as high as 33 in the country. He's a junior last season. He was second team All-Ivy and an NCAA qualifier after finishing the season with a 16-12 record. So one of the best opponents Turley has faced this season. You can already see it with that really slick ankle pick and takedown before that. 6-2 is your score. With a little under 2 minutes left in the first period. Turley tried to reach down on that ankle. Crook on the single leg trying to trip Turley. Turley wanting to dive down for the ankle there. Crook using that leg in a really hard spot for Turley to defend. Covers well after hooking that ankle. It's going to be 3 more for Crook, making it 2-9. He's going to let Turley up so he can continue to work these takedowns. Crook's going to try to rack up those points. You need 15 points. You need to be 15 points ahead of your opponent for the match to automatically end for technical fall. That's 5 team points. Might be what Crook is trying to work for here to help get Harvard on the board. Turley in a front headlock, but he got hit with a stall warning for backing up. Tried to get a shot in there. Crook with a really solid sprawl, though, getting his hips back on Turley's ankle. Got him flat now. He's going to hook that, get around, and he'll get 3. For another takedown from Crook. Once again, going to let Turley up to try to work some more offense. Score is 12-4, 30 seconds left in this first period. You're seeing why Crook is in those rankings and was a qualifier last season. Turley with a high crotch attempt there, but Crook's going to send that into his own offense. Gets in on a single. Got to watch the leg there. Turley does a good job of creating some space and is able to get out of that one. 3 seconds left in this first period. 12-4, we're going to stop for some injury time. Turley, as you can see, has that massive wrap around his head. He's kind of been dealing with some issues all season with that. Got it put back on the last duel against LIU. Head against Army too, but trainers looking over both guys. You're going to look at a takedown from Crook. He's been doing a really good job on his feet this match. Now we're going to look at it. See Crook. Turley on the leg there. Crook sprawled out. So that wasn't one of the takedowns, but you got to see some good offense there from Crook. But the score speaks for his offense just fine at 12-4. Crook's going to go with a modified start, so he's going to let Turley up. It's going to be 5-12 now. Crook on a leg here, trying to come out the back. He's going to try to isolate a side. Turley's going to reach for body lock there. trying to get neutral exposure there. Crook switches to hold onto the arm and the leg for half of a fireman's carry, covers. Ref's going to call for blood time for Turley, so training staff's going to look at him. Hofstra's athletic trainer, Sam, has been with the program for a while. Super close to all these guys, likes to joke around with them. Talk to him a lot between matches and at practices. Got Jesse Della Vecchia, the assistant coach, in the blue. Jamie Franco, of course, next to Turley here. We're going to look at this fireman's carry from Crook. So in on a regular single, starts to come out the back door, trying to isolate the side. He switches here to hold on to Turley's arm, and that's what makes it kind of a fireman's carry, though after the fact. So Crook getting a little bit creative here. His first year with the Crimson, he was 13-12. Last season, like I said, 16-12 when he qualified for the NCAA championships. And this season in the rankings as high as 33. Turley up, make it 6:15 is your score right now. Minute 15 left in the second period. Like I said, need to be 15 points ahead of your opponent in order to win by technical fall. Crook once again coming about the back door. Gets to the leg, hooks the leg well for another takedown. 6:18 is your score. Referee's going to call for some blood again. Turley having a hard time here. Danny Church is guy in the white polo there on the Hofstra team. He's been assisting since he's been injured this season. The heavyweight. Hofstra putting their guys to work. It's a whole team trying to support each other. You got guys filming each other, cheering each other on. This is Hofstra's last couple of dual meets for the season. They're going to host Brown, like I said, later tonight at 6. They're doing the senior night honoring before that. And then they have Rutgers on Wednesday for Big Ten matchup. And then they go away to George Mason for the Last Chance Invitational. And then it's the conference championships. Harvard's going to be at the Ivy League Championships. Hofstra's going to the EIWA Championships, hosted at American University this year in D.C. This is the second year that the Ivies are separate from the EIWA. They had been a pretty dominant group, sending a lot of guys to the national championships through that conference. So last year was the first season they split. Got a couple of powerhouses in the Ivy League with Penn, Princeton, and Cornell, and Columbia this season. Crook gonna let Turley up. 7:18, your score, 50 seconds left in the second period. Turley getting more aggressive with the hand fighting. Got quite the face wrap going on here. Still able to see a little bit though. It's going to be another stall warning on Turley. It's going to be a point for Crook. 19-7 is your score. Crook on a leg again. Building onto his feet. He's going to try to trip Turley. He'll catch him here for another takedown. 22-7. It's going to be a win for Jack Crook by technical fall. That's going to be 5 more points for Harvard. It's going to make it 6-8 as we move on to the next match. At 157, it's going to be Jimmy Harrington for Harvard and Frank Volpe for Hofstra.
At 137 pounds for Harvard, senior from Kingsborough, Massachusetts, Jimmy Harrington. And for your pride
Volpe, the redshirt sophomore, also a local guy out of Hauppauge, has had a couple of really solid matches this season. Franco has some funny things to say about him, calling him an awkward wrestler. I think he just readjusts really well off of the other opponent's offense. He's 15-13 this season, 6-8 in dual meet. Harrington, though, a tough opponent, ranked in the RPI as high as number 7 in the country, and in the regular rankings, number 26 by Flow, as he already gets a takedown here on Volpe. He's a senior out of Massachusetts, was an NCAA qualifier last season. Like his teammate, he was 14-13 in his matches. Two are going to go out of bounds. See two more ranked guys later in this matchup for Harvard. Gonna have a caution there on Harrington, just started a little too early. 2 minutes left in this first period. He's got that spiral. Goes down to a wrist. Trying to hook Volpe's leg. Tight waist. Trying to pull Volpe over for a tilt. He didn't lock up anything, so it was really loose. He's got a arm in, had a bar for a second there. Volpe limps out of that well. Harrington putting a lot of pressure on top. It's going to be a stall warning for Volpe. Has to get active on bottom. Harrington leaves the tight waist. Trying to cross face. Back to the waist. Volpe last season wrestled in 10 matches for a 6-4 record. 8 matches in the year before. Harrington really good season last year. He's 5th at the Ivy Championships. Still an NCAA qualifier. Was 11-11 during his sophomore season. Ref stopped that for blood time. Looks like it's Harrington's nose. Like I said, Jay Weiss, 32nd season coaching at Harvard. Graduated from Franklin and Marshall. Before he joined the Crimson, Harvard had only had 7 All-Americans in almost 80 years. Like I said, since his tenure, they've had 19 EIWA champions, 20 All-Americans. He's got a few returning national qualifiers. So had a big impact on this program. Really good MAC return there for Harrington. Trying to set up a bar on the right side there. Short time though in this first period. And that'll do it. So Harrington up. He's up 3. Look at that bar here. Harrington staying really tight to the body, dropping to a tight waist. Just doing a really good job of covering and creating pressure on top. So Harrington's going to get an escape there. Move to 4-0. See if Volpe's able to get some offense going while they're on their feet here. Harrington with a shot. Now, you might be intimidated by the RPI ranking for Harrington, but Franco has said one thing about Volpe, which is maybe what makes him so interesting, is that it's almost the bigger the match, the better he wrestles. Tends to do really well against competitive guys wrestling to their level. It's how he's got some surprise wins this season. Seems to like the pressure that comes with. Keeping this fairly close one, though struggled on bottom, so that's something to note in case he goes down starting the third period. About 40 seconds left in the second period. Harrington with over 2 minutes of riding time, so he's got that pretty much locked up. Ref's gonna stop for blood again. So they're gonna work on that on Harrington. And Church back to cleaning the mat. Quick reset here, though. Volpe tried to get an underhook there. Picked up his pace a little bit. 20 seconds left in the second period. Volpe collar ties. Little snap from Harrington. Short time in the second period. So going into this third period, Harrington leading 4-0. Volpe choosing to go neutral. Pretty good decision after we saw right there how Harrington controlled Volpe when he was on the bottom really well. Doesn't want to be in that spot again. Being on your feet lets Volpe work some offense. Harrington's got him in a front headlock there, so he'll get out of that. Volpe on a shot. Harrington gets around. No takedown yet because they're still on their feet, though once he gets Volpe to his knees. Referee was ready to call it, didn't call it. Now it's going to be a takedown. Harrington moves to 7-0. Volpe really trying to get out of this. Trying to sit out and turn in. Wants to get that arm off of his waist. About a minute and a couple seconds left in this third period. You win by major decision with 8 or more points at the end of the match. Harrington right now with riding time is at 8 points. So it'd be 4 for the team score for Harvard. Volpe just unable to really build from there. It's going to be another stall. So another point for Harrington. So he's now locked up that major decision if Volpe can't get to his feet. Harrington tried to put an armbar there. Volpe's doing a good job of not getting put into any tilts or getting turned. As I say that, Harrington's got the leg, a pretty uncomfortable spot there. Gonna try to muscle Volpe over. So that's gonna do it for your match at 157 pounds. It's gonna be a win by major decision. It's gonna move Harvard up to 12-6 on Hofstra. We're gonna take a little break and then come back for the last 5 matches of this dual meet. Like I said, Harvard leads 12-6.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Contact local agent Marty Connor for your personal price plan today.
The Hofstra Bookstore is your official store for all your Hofstra merchandise. Make sure to sign up with your email in order to receive coupons and discounts for future purchases. Stop by the store in the Student Center or shop online at hofstra.bncollege.com.
QFA's 5-star offense maximizes client returns while the 5-star defense generates additional current income while mitigating risk. To learn more, reach out to co-founder and Hofstra alumni Joe Rinaldi or register on their website at qfainc.com.
Apple Bank opened its doors over 160 years ago.
And back then, it was all about one-on-one banking. In today's world, banking's all about easy and convenient, and saving you time for the moments that matter.
We get that, but sometimes you need to speak with someone to make it happen. And at Apple Bank, that's what we still do. One-on-one service since the day we first opened.
Welcome to Apple Bank. How can I help you?
Easy, convenient, personal banking.
Apple Bank, your neighbor, your bank since 1863.
I wasn't born a leader.
It wasn't given to me.
I couldn't buy it.
How'd I get here?
I decided.
I decided.
I decided.
I decided.
Decide to lead as an Army officer.
Bring color to life with the very best paint, only at Sherwin-Williams.
Okay, welcome back. We've got Harvard and Hofstra here on Flow Wrestling or on YouTube. Harvard leads 12-6 over the Pride right now. We're going to look at some highlights from the first 5 matches. It's head coach Jamie Franco. Okay, first up, 125 pounds. We have Teague Strobel here. His opponent gets in on the leg. Chase Liardi here, still Strobel at 125 pounds. Gives up the takedown there. Gage Ship, though. Move of his own. Going for a tilt. Get some near fall here. His match. Looking at Hofstra's upcoming schedule. Later tonight at 6, they have Brown, and then they host Rutgers on a Wednesday for a Big Ten matchup. Then they head to the Patriots Last Chance Open at George Mason before heading to D.C. for the EIWA Championships on March 6th and 7th. That's the conference championships and the national qualifiers. Hosted at American University this season. I'm going to start the second half of action in this duel against Harvard with Jake Slotnick, guy who's been in the rankings, as Franco has said, the most consistent guy on the team so far this season. His brother joined. He's a freshman, hasn't seen a whole lot of action. You can see him in the hoodie right there. That's Jackson Slotnick. Don't get the two of them mixed up. He's a little bit lighter. But in Franco's recruiting, he's really emphasized having guys who already have a connection on this team, helping build that chemistry. So 165 pounds, we have Jake Slotnick, ranked in the coaches poll number 30, RPI as high as number 26. His opponent, Joseph Kangro, the junior from Bergen Catholic in New Jersey. Both New Jersey guys. Slotnick out of Augustine Prep. Kangro trying to set up his arms how he likes. Looks like he might work a Russian there or an underhook. Slotnick with a front headlock here. At hand on Kangro's elbow switches. Trying to get active on his feet. Pummel in here, got an underhook. Pushing Kangro back. Slotnick so far this season, 17-11, leading the Pride, or tied for the lead in wins, 8-6 in dual meets. It's on a single leg here. Kangro tries to dive under, roll through for that ankle. Slotnick avoided it, but Kangro got to the ankle. He's now working for the takedown. Slotnick trying to hit the splits to avoid it. Starting to work out of bounds. Harvard coach is calling for him to pull Slotnick in. Slotnick with a really dangerous attempt here trying to get out, but that'll actually open him up. And Kangro will get that takedown. There was some good defense there from Slotnick, but just turned kind of an awkward way. We're having the trainer look at him. Kangro last season, 14-10, the junior. Slotnick here, redshirt sophomore. Competed unattached in 5 events last season, but he's been the starter at 165 pounds for the Pride. Last season, of course, 165 was Kyle Mosher, Hofstra's one of 2 EIWA championships and 2 NCAA qualifiers. Slotnick got some time work with him in the room. So he's going to be fine here. Just a little stoppage for blood. We've had kind of a lot of that happening in this match, but it's okay. Slotnick's going to go down after giving up that takedown. 45 seconds left in this first period. Slotnick reaching down for Kangro's ankle. He's going to try to elevate that. Lifting the foot. Kangro trying to get legs in for a leg ride. Gets one in. Tried to pull Slotnick back there. Got to control the leg there. Short time in this first period. Slotnick trying to improve. So after first period of action, score 3-0. Kangro's going to take bottom. Going to look at that takedown attempt from Slotnick. Got the single. Kangro dives to that ankle. Gets to Slotnick's leg. Covers. Ultimately got the takedown. Kangro on his feet. Slotnick able to avoid the reversal there. Kangro did a good job of dropping low. Trying to come around quickly. 4-0, your score right now. Hand fighting from these guys. Slotnick with an underhook here. Pressuring Kangro. They'll go out of bounds. Referee's calling for some action. We're gonna have the trainer look at Slotnick again. Tending to Slotnick here. But we're good. Minute and 11 seconds in this second period. Slotnick right on a shot there. Coming out the back door, he's going to try to isolate one side. Kangro on Slotnick's ankles, though. That's why this isn't a takedown yet. He's still got Slotnick's leg. Slotnick needs to be able to break that lock or expose Kangro's back, but Kangro does a good job of using that ankle and pressuring into Slotnick to get the takedown, making it 7-0. Back to that lock on the leg, which a couple of Harvard wrestlers have used today. Just kind of diagonal leg ride. Putting a lot of pressure on Slotnick's head there for a second. Getting too short time in the second period, though. Slotnick pretty much unable to build up from here. Kangro good on top. It'll be Slotnick's choice going into this third period. Needs a little bit more than a takedown to get the win. He's gonna go look at his nose one more time. Or he's good. So Slotnick picks neutral. Like I said, he's gonna need more than just a takedown. Kangro up 7, riding time, minute and 31 seconds. So as of right now, has the major decision locked up. Kangro caught Slotnick there, sprawled out. Slotnick building. He's got an underhook. Slotnick on a shot here in the crackdown position. Now lifting up, back down again. He needs to be deliberate here and climb the body because Kangro's also got a lock on the leg here. Slotnick needs to get his head up, bring his hips in, bring Kangro closer to his body. Kangro's gonna try to lift here though, so Slotnick also has to drop his hips enough that he's not gonna get lifted. Kangro hooking that ankle, he's gonna try to go around. Slotnick breaks Slotnick's lock, so that's gonna be another takedown for Kangro. Put him up 10-0, about 40 seconds left in this third period. Slotnick on his feet, right back down. Kangro has pretty much exhausted him for how much pressure he's put on top in this match. You can see that he's over 2 minutes of riding time.
10 seconds.
Controlled pretty much this whole match. So that's going to be a win for Harvard by major decision. Put them up 4 more points. Make it 6-16. Gonna look at some more the action in this match. Slotnick in on the leg, coming out the back. Kangro reaches down for the ankle though. Slotnick still in a really good spot here, but just got out of position a few too many times. Give that up. Moving to 174 pounds, we have Matthew Waddell for Hofstra and Hayden Bottelganeri excuse me, Baudelaire. There we go. A sophomore out of Massachusetts for Harvard. Baudelaire on a single here, trying to hook both of Waddell's ankles potentially. Waddell, the body lock, could lift. That's gonna be 3 for Baudelaire. And they'll go out of bounds. Waddell had a really nice win against LIU, Hofstra's last home match. 12-11 this season as he's become the starter at 174. Nice reversal there for Waddell. Trying to stay really tight to Baudelaire's body here. He's got that hand. Gonna let him out though. 3 your score? 4-2. The score is correct on the scoreboard. Don't see a reversal all the time. That's tripped me up there. Nice defense there from Waddell. Try to toss him there. Both guys on an ankle here. Referee's probably going to call stalemate as someone is able to improve. Yeah. They're going to get reset on their feet here. Waddell being pretty dynamic in this match. So we're going to see this reversal here from Waddell. Hops over, covers. He got 2 for that exchange. Notice Baudelaire getting out of position and adjusted to get that reversal. Baudelaire on a leg here. Still not a takedown yet, but if he gets around, and that's going to be takedown Harvard bench into this one. 7-2 your score, less than a minute left in this first period. Baudelaire was 3-18 last season for Harvard. Before that, he was a 2-time Prep National All-American. 2 sophomores in this matchup. Baudelaire keeping Waddell down. He's got 1 leg in for a ride, putting a lot of pressure on Waddell by getting his hips in, flattening him out. Gonna be time in this first period. Baudelaire is gonna choose bottom to start this second period. Waddell 7-7 in duels, has wrestled 174 and 184 in this season. Started at 184, just kind of his natural weight walking onto the scale. Franco said that, well, that's nice and it's fun to not cut weight. It didn't really feel, Waddell didn't feel like he was doing his normal routine. That training, eating the same things, drinking the same amount of water, like all those things that he had been doing growing up and in high school. So made the switch to have him move down to 174. So he could kind of have the same routine as the rest of the guys. Filling in for Darius Clark had initially looked like could be the starter at 174. He's out this season though. Still in the stands in the back there at the front row with some of his other teammates. Waddell on a front headlock here with an underhook on one side. We've seen the Hofstra guys be productive in this position before. Baudelaire moves, hold the wrist. Waddell on a shot. Baudelaire hits the splits right away. Waddell with that ankle. Baudelaire trying to moves to an ankle. Waddell's going to try to dump him on a side. He's kind of got to get his head out. O'Leary getting head and hips high, though. Lifting Waddell's crotch lift there. He's getting neutral exposure on Waddell here. So he'll get the takedown after exposing him from that area and covering on top for the takedown. 11-2 your score as we get to the end of the second period. O'Leary now at a minute of writing time. We're going to look back at that headlock. Waddell caught him there. Okay, Waddell taking bottom to start this third period. Got the reversal from this position earlier. Might be what he's trying to do here as he gets O'Leary's ankle. But he's got to be careful to not get his back exposed. O'Leary's hands caught under Waddell's arms. You do have to be active on bottom and open up, so that's what the referee is going to look at for Waddell. O'Leary trying to power half this, maybe. Harvard with a pretty solid lead over Hofstra as we have 3 more matches after this. Stall warning on Waddell. O'Leary with the half on one side. See if he lifts the elbow and drives. That's what he's got on the left. Now he's rolling Waddell's wrist instead. See if he tries to set up. Could have set up a bar with that. Going for the wrist again. Heavy crossface. Referee's going to call caution on that one. You can't wind up. You can be tight and you can press on the nose and stuff, but you can't wind up on that one. So they're just going to get reset here. Score is 2-11. 52 seconds left. Big lift. Waddell rolls through. Try to get out there. It's a nice attempt, but O'Leary figured out where he was on the mat and covered. Waddell could be exposed here or could get in a really slick spot here. Caught O'Leary. He's going to get the reversal for 2. If he can walk himself back a little bit. Could have caught O'Leary on his back there. It's going to be 3 for near fall, though. 1 escape there for O'Leary. All of a sudden, your score is tied a lot closer now. 12-7. That was some slick stuff from Waddell. Now it's got to be his offense. Only a couple seconds left, though. So it's not going to be enough for him. But a good way to end this match. We're going to look back at that one more time so you can see. O'Leary tried to pull him back to get some points, but Waddell reached back for the head there, got his hips out, flipped around. So he got reversal, and then the referee started motioning there, counting the near fall. So with that loss for Hofstra, Harvard moves to 19-6. I said we have 3 more matches here. 184 pounds. We have Josh George for Hofstra. And for Harvard, it's going to be Matt Walsh. George, a freshman, local out of Hicksville. Walsh gets the takedown there. You saw George started to anticipate where he could maybe catch Walsh, like his teammate just did. Walsh, a junior out of Massachusetts. A 7-11 in 20 matches last season. Walsh with this ride. George try to hip out there. They're still inbounds. There is a little bit of a point of contact, but it's right on the edge of the mat. Still in though. Now we're going to be out of bounds. Said George, the freshman, has gotten some action this season. He's 4-12 and 1-8 in duels. He's from wrestling 184. But he's also bounced around, done some 174, some 197. You'll see some dynamic stuff from him. He's a purple belt in jiu-jitsu, trains with his dad who owns a gym in the area. Coaches some classes here and there. So pretty dangerous on his feet, but Walsh has got him down here. Looks like trying to get a bar, or was trying to on George's right side. At a minute left in this first period.
1 minute.
George getting to his feet. Walsh trying to pull George over there. Get some exposure. George building. Walsh is going to bring back down, and they're going to go out of bounds.
33, guys, 33.
Hofstra wrestling Brown later tonight. Brown right now up in Manhattan, wrestling Columbia. Is leading the Ivy League. Harvard 1-3 in conference action, 3-4 overall, while Brown is 0-3 in the conference, 3-5 overall. Excuse me, the Ivy League hasn't updated their stats. Harvard is 4-6 overall, 1-3 in conference, while Brown is 3-7. Though we'll see how the Columbia duel goes. Give you updates on that when that broadcast starts. Going to start this second period. 3-0 your score. Walsh is going to start on bottom. Walsh gets to his feet really early there. The escape, 4-0. George with a collar tie. He's going to try to set up his offense. Walsh is a pretty tall wrestler, so George is going to get low and maybe try to shoot. Coach is calling for them to wrestle. George with a little shot attempt there. Cleared the tie with Walsh.
Get to your shot, Maddie. Set it up, get to your shot. Let's go.
This match has slowed down a lot from some initial action. In the back there, in the front row, you can see a whole bunch of current and former Hofstra wrestlers. Been cheering on their teammates throughout this match. Like I said, it's senior night. It's going to be happening before the duel against Brown. They're also having a little bit of a social, trying to raise some funds during Day of Giving in between this, or in between these matches. Walsh with an underhook here. Neither guy really getting any offense going here. George is going to go neutral, though. 4-0 your score going into this third period. Walsh with 2.5 minutes of riding time. That's probably not going anywhere. Walsh with a shot on the leg. Reaches down to George's ankle. It's going to make it more difficult. George with the body lock. He's not going to be able to get enough leverage to lift unless he can get that leg out. It's an uncomfortable spot for your leg to be in. It's forcing Walsh to work a little bit slower here, though. George stuck on his butt here. You can see he's trying really hard to lift there. He's not able to do it, so ref is going to call stalemate. You're going to get reset. Both guys moving pretty slow in this one. It's been a tiring match for them. Still within reach. Though George would need more than a takedown to get this one. About a minute left in this third period. George with the shot. Walsh catches him in a front headlock. Doing a really good, created so much pressure there. Pulled him basically onto his head. But George used that for his own. He got a takedown from there. Because Walsh was so far down on the body that George ended up on top there. Let Walsh up for the escape. That was a very unconventional exchange. But 3-5 is your score right now with 20 seconds left in this third period. Though Walsh pretty much has that riding time locked up, so you can pretend it's 3-6, 10 seconds left. See if George is able to create a last-second takedown here. Tried for that duck under, but Walsh catches him. So that's going to be another win for Harvard. Just a win by decision. That's going to be 3 more team points. Move it to 22-6. As the Crimson are starting to beat down on the Pride. But that was a pretty dynamic end to the match there for George, the freshman. Gonna watch that again. See, Walsh just got so far back that George was able to cover with his hips and basically set up a leg right away. You don't really practice that move in the room so much as George just knew where he was in relation to the body. That might be some of his jiu-jitsu training popping out there. But we're going to move to 197 pounds. We got Will Conlon for Hofstra. And we got Hudson Scove for the Crimson. Conlon also been really solid for the Pride this season. He had a really good showing in his freshman year, then redshirted last year. He's coming back from an injury, so he's improved as the season has gone on. You can see that leg brace. Had to get his conditioning back in order, but he's had a really good, he's been healing really well. He's been on a good timeline with the leg. You know, his lungs go too. He's set up a Russian a couple of times on Scove here. Scove, the sophomore out of New Jersey. Conlon 15-10 this season, 7-7 in dual meets. He's got a lot of pressure on Scove's head here. Setting up that Russian again. The Scove staying pretty square. Scove with a front headlock on Conlon now. Conlon gets out of that. About 1:15 left in this first period. Harvard coach is calling for Scove to circle. Create some offense, not just direct, straight on with Conlon. Maybe create an angle. Got both hands on a collar tie there. Trying to snap Conlon down. Conlon, a really pretty tall guy, 6'2". Now he's the one with a really heavy headlock, using his head on Scoves. It's going to tire him out in that position. About 30 seconds left. Ref's going to call a stalemate. Just get reset. Like I said, in Conlon's first season with the Pride, he was 11-5. Excuse me, in his second season, but last season before he was injured, so 24-25, was 11-5 and won the Princeton Open and was third at Matttown Open. In his very first season with Hofstra, he had a 9-16 record. So showed some promise down at 184 pounds. Moving up this season, some of the other Hofstra wrestlers have moved up. Chase Liardi had been at 133. He's now found his home at 141. Wrestling pretty comfortably in that spot. Starting the second period, score still 0-0. Conlon on top. As for Scove, he was 5-12 last season. Two-time New Jersey State finalist. Conlon with that claw, hand on the thigh in a spiral. He's hooking Scove's ankle. Harvard coach calling for Scove to knee slide in order to create some space. And Conlon staying really tight to the body though. Out to the side now. Conlon gets Scove flat again. Hofstra's wrestled a couple other Ivy League opponents this season. Lost to Columbia 6-32, then lost to number 23 ranked UPenn 8-35 in back-to-back action. See how Brown does against Columbia today, but Harvard also lost to them in a beatdown 9-38. Like I said, they're leading the Ivy League this season. Conlon still covering on top. And that's going to do it for your second period. Still scoreless. Conlon got all 2 minutes of riding time there. He's going to take bottom now. This is becoming kind of a gruel match. Might come down to riding time or a takedown. Scove covering, Conlon quick to his feet. Scove dropping down to the leg. He'll keep Conlon as they go out of bounds. Almost in the stands there. (22-6) your team score, so Harvard has locked up that win. Hofstra 3-12 this season. They had a few pretty tough dual meets early on. Got wins over Sacred Heart for a conference matchup. Win against Morgan State for another conference matchup. Then a win over LIU for their third conference win. Conlon gets that escape. Finally, someone on the board, 1-0. Little over a minute and a half in this third period. Harvard coach calling for Scove to sprint. He's going to try to get some more action going. These two pummeling in, trying to get to their underhooks. Scove almost tapped Conlon's leg there. You can hear the Harvard coaches really clearly telling Scove to sprint through this one. Conlon with the underhook. He's leading right now. If the match stays the same, he'd have 2 points counting the riding time point, but no reason to slow down. A takedown would give either wrestler the win. Scove aggressively pummeling in there, trying to pick up the pace a lot more. So we get to short time in this third period. Got 10 more seconds. Conlon has the leg, but Scove getting over. Referee says nothing yet. That's gonna do it. No points for that exchange. 1 point for Conlon for the riding time. It's gonna be 2-0, and Hofstra will get another win. 9-22, your team score now. We're gonna look at that last exchange. Conlon got down to the ankle, basically put it home. That had that, didn't want to stall out towards the end of the match with one as close as that. Now we're moving to our last match of this afternoon duel. We have Adrian Sands, 285 pounds for Hofstra. He's one of the seniors getting honored today out of Florida. As for Harvard, we have Daniel Bittner, also out of Massachusetts. A lot of local Boston area guys on this Harvard crew. Bittner, the junior, was 1-4 as a sophomore. Sands this season 6-14. Danny Church started as the starter. Sands has taken that role now after Church got injured. But he's shown a lot of improvement in just the last couple of matches for Hofstra. Zachary Knighton Ward, former Hofstra heavyweight, is back on the coaching staff. You can see him over at the bench. He's been helping Sands, practicing with him in the room, giving him a really good look. When Sands came into this program as a freshman, it was also my freshman year, so I remember this very well. Sands was touted as Knighton Ward's best practice partner that he'd had in his time here at Hofstra. So the two of them familiar with each other over the years. Halfway through this first period now. Might end up being a pretty classic heavyweight matchup between these two. Sands has most of his matches end either in a pin or in a decision, so it's a little all or nothing. And like I said, he's one of the seniors who will be honored later today before the Brown duel. It's him, Chase Liardi, Eric Schindel, and Matt Rogers. Got to the legs there on Bittner. Sands starting to pick up his footwork a little bit. 30 seconds left in this first period. Scoreless still. Bittner taps the leg there. Sands taps the leg there. Maybe we'll get a shot in this heavyweight matchup. Just in this collar tie. Scoreless in this first period. Harvard coach instructing Bittner to collar tie, and then when Sands' arm pops up, catching him there. But Sands will start on bottom going into the second period. Bittner had his arm set up. Could have gone for a tilt there as Sands tried to sit out and turn in on him. Bittner working really high on Sands. Gonna try to use that arm he had in a half for a tilt. He's gonna try that again. Sands doing a good job of just continuing to roll through. Nothing from that exchange. They're gonna get reset. Harvard coaches are really into this one though, on their feet. Bittner not normally the starter for Harvard, was slated to start in this one at least. Sands is gonna try to control hands here. He needs to get his head up in order to work off of bottom. Minute left in the second period. Bittner's gonna try to catch him here using that half again. Sands is avoiding the tilts well though. Getting a foot up, gets to his feet, and he'll get the escape to put himself on the board. 1-0 your score. About 30 seconds left in the second period. Harvard has obviously secured the team win, but this would be a really nice one for Sands to get on there. Bittner now getting more aggressive. Both guys getting more aggressive. Sands' last win was February 1st against Brody Klein of Franklin and Marshall. Good conference win there for Sands. We're gonna go neutral here. At the start of the third period, Sands leads 1-0. Riding time, 1:22, so could end up being a factor here. Coaches into this one. Little level change there from Sands, right back to their feet. This really is a classic heavyweight matchup. It's going to be a really tight score. Bittner adjusting his headgear there. Minute 15 in this third period. These two have kind of stalled out. Stalking each other down. Standing straight up. About 45 seconds left in this third period. Might get some overtime for this one. Maybe force someone to take a shot. But pretty dominant showing here from Harvard. Like I said, stick around, or come back. Maybe go get a little snack and come back for that duel against Brown. Gonna have senior night, things before that, with wrestling starting at 6. 4 seniors are gonna be honored tonight for Hofstra. Looks like we might be going into overtime this heavyweight match. It's going to be 1 point for riding time for Bittner. So we're going to go the sudden victory to start. Though neither of these wrestlers has shown a takedown in this match. Two minutes on the clock. A takedown would end this match automatically. Both guys need to get active. You got all the coaches on their feet, basically, for Harvard and Zachary Knight and Ward and Jamie Franco over on the Hofstra bench. Very classic of a heavyweight match to go to overtime and no takedowns happening. Might come down to stalling, frankly. Minute left. Now a minute left in this overtime. So if no one scores a takedown, which could be likely, though we have a stall warning on Bittner, so if Sands can get another one. But Bittner on the shot here on the leg on Sands. Sands lifting the ankle, though, and doing a good job of pressuring in. Hofstra fans on their feet on this one. Sands now locking around the crotch, gonna try to lift over. Hofstra bench calling for him to pressure in if he can get his leg unlocked. We've got 30 seconds, so Sands has got some time to work. He's got to get that leg out, though. Now Bittner in a good spot. Harvard bench, is on their feet. Everyone's on their feet now, as there's still no takedown on either side. Sands is very close, though, if he can break that lock. There's still nothing. Hofstra bench is calling for him to circle around. As Bittner's building, though, onto his feet. He'll get the takedown. Hofstra's going to throw the brick, though, saying that was a takedown earlier. We'll see what the referee gives. But this will be the deciding factor of this match. That was the most excited either side got into this match in this whole duel meeting. Both guys exhausted. Moving 285 pounds is hard work. So we might get a review on that call. It looks like both coaches threw in their bricks. So we're gonna look back on that one, but both guys waited for some action until the end. So if neither guy gets a takedown in this, we'll go to some rideouts. But Bittner got the leg. He's trying to break Sands down into that spot, but Sands circled around really well, got his hips out. You can see the Hofstra teammates are so into this. Zach Riley hitting the floor there. You've got alumni and current teammates. Justin Hoyle yelling. Bittner drops down to the ankle. That's where Hofstra throws the brick. Had to throw it before time was up, saying that Sands had the takedown. Harvard's going to say that Bittner did. Referee has a decision here. It's going to be 3 for Sands. Or no, 3 for Harvard. Surprise there. But he was the one who initiated the offense and got closest to the takedown at the end there. Anyway, that's going to be a win by decision for Harvard, but exciting end to this matchup. 25-9 is going to be your final score. Like I said, stick around later tonight. We've got the senior night stuff and then the duel against Brown. We're going to look through bout by bout in this matchup. Your screen in a second. Second duel is still going to be right here on Flow Sports and then YouTube. It's going to be me, joined by Aiden Pagan later. So here's your results. Hofstra winning at 133 and 141 pounds, and then later at 197 pounds. So Ship, Liardi, and Conlon all walk away with the victory. They're going to try to get their second tonight, possibly against Brown. Senior night for Liardi, Sands, Schindel, and Rogers. Once again, I'm Olivia Hillstead. I'll be joined by Aiden Pagan, though, later tonight. 6 o'clock is when wrestling starts against Brown, but tune in a little bit early for that senior night ceremony. You're listening right here on Flow Sports and YouTube. Have a good rest of your afternoon. Take a little break and come back.